John Isner is won 8 singles titles. He is number 12 in the world. That means only 11 people they think are better than him. We know it's fewer than that. But he's here right now, and we're gonna talk a little, and we'll take some questions. So John, I'll get right to it. What do you think you do better now than a year ago? And what would you like to do better still in your game? Specifically, aside from just perform, win more. But what specifically, what's better, and what do you still want to get better?
Well, take away the X's and O's. I think I feel like I'm fitter now, really than I've ever been. I've always spent a lot of time in the gym and on the field trying to get my conditioning better. And that's very important for a guy my height, being so big. So I need to be as strong as I possibly can, and I feel like I am right now. And as for me, it's simple. I need to play aggressively. That's something what I'm always working on. The more aggressive I play, I feel like the better my results are. But it's easier said than done. But at the same time, I need to play on my front foot more.
Is that a natural thing? Like, do you have to sort of tell yourself that? Because I know a lot of people play and they want to do that. It's a hard thing. Is that part of your nature? And how do you actually go about being more aggressive? Is it just something you say, I got to be more aggressive? Or is it, what do you work on to get that way?
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, it's utilizing my forehand as much as possible, trying to run around my backhand when I can. Like I said, playing on my front foot and try to finish points at the net. But at the same time, when in a match, when it's a crucial situation, there's a lot of pressure. Sometimes it's tough to be able to free up and go for those shots. And a lot of times when I'm sort of playing passively and kind of running side to side, it doesn't really work out for me.
Now you play. You play some tiebreakers.
Yeah.
And you're good. It's 65%. You win 65% of your tiebreakers, okay. I believe, if the internet is to be believed. Now, it's easy to say like you have a big serve, so that you can rely on that. But you still have to hit this. You still have to deal with the pressure of a tiebreak because it really, the other guy can have a good serve too, and it's just 1 point. How do you deal with the pressure of knowing that a tiebreaker it can only be 1 point difference? You still have to hit your serve. How do you deal with that to be so successful in those pressure situations?
Yeah, well, I try to take care of my serve when it comes down. It's as simple as that. If I can win 2 points on my serve in a tiebreaker, it immediately puts a lot of pressure on my opponent. And as you said, it can just be 1 point here or there, but for me, having a weapon like my serve, if I'm able to kind of finish points quickly or the ball not even come back, it takes a little bit of pressure off me and puts a lot of pressure back on my opponent.
Do you ever feel not confident? Like, is that you just have no fear or worry about your service? It's so good that you. No, I mean, but is it like some people's shot that's like, I don't worry, I'm not worrying about it. But is your serve like, why do you miss a serve? Like, is it is it still the mechanics? What happens when you're not putting it in?
That's a good question. I don't know, but it's the shot that I'm certainly most confident in. No matter the situation, actually, when there's more pressure in the situation, I find myself hitting my biggest serves, and even in a big time where I need a big second serve, I go for it. I don't take anything off my serve. And most of the time, it has worked out for me. As far as I am good. I'm not going to make every single serve, but I make a lot of first serves in general, or I try to. So it's my main weapon. It's always going to be, and it's got me out of a lot of jams before, and I hope it continues to do so.
Now, play coach for a second, because people play tennis here, and sometimes you face a big server. Mm-hmm. How would you coach them if they're facing a big server? What do you do? Somebody's got a big serve. Do you have to guess? Do you look for patterns? Is it just, what's the key? Do you get to try to get early to? Yeah. How would you play it?
I think what guys play me is that they just try to get it back. And that's just that's not necessarily like going for broke on returns. But that could be just sort of chipping it. I've had guys go 10, 15 feet behind the baseline returning it. And I've had guys come inside the service line and they can take the serve on the rise, especially on my second serve. So I've seen everything. I think the main key when you are playing a big serve is just to try to get it back and try to take the point from there and try to win it, I guess, defensively somehow. And when you are playing a big server, if you can get ahead, 15-30, love 30 or something, it puts pressure on that guy.
you have any questions for the number 12 player in the universe? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, were you swatting or we have a question? Yeah.
The ladies at the table, I know if you give lessons.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I haven't given many lessons recently, but I actually don't know how good of a coach I would be. Believe it or not, I played tennis at a pretty high level, but as far as coaching goes, I don't know. But it's been a while since I've given a lesson.
I bet for a bunch of middle-aged women
I should probably give it a shot.
Well, you got that to fall back on if this tennis thing doesn't work out. Yes.
Are there any liabilities to being so tall?
Yeah, certainly. Without a doubt, there are. I guess movement around the court. I'm not. I'm definitely not one of the quickest guys on tour, but I feel like for my size, I move pretty well. And balls that are lower, it's just naturally a lot tougher for me. So it's something, again, I'm always working on, and the stronger I get, the better I'm going to be able to adapt when the ball is low or the ball is away from me. But definitely some pros and certainly some cons.
Yes.
Which stroke do you think you need to work on the most?
Yep.
What stroke do you need to work on the most? She asked that.
Yes. It would be my return to serve and my backhand. I think, when I'm getting the ball back in play off of the return, I like I said before, I need to play aggressively. And a lot of times when I've watched myself play before, I'm sort of looping my backhand in the court. And I'm not really being offensive with that shot. So I think those two things, if I can kind of sure up those a little bit better, would help me out a lot.
I have a question. I read how the top players now have like this whole team. Like they have their hitting coach and their defensive coach and their nutrition coach and their fitness coach. And, like, is it hard for the rest of the people on the tour to compete against that?
No, I mean, those guys at the very top of the game can certainly afford to have really anyone that they want on the road. But for me, I feel like you see the most guys really in the top, 20, 30 in the world have a coach and have I guess what we call physios, got people on the road that keep us healthy, and that's changed a lot now. I don't think it was that way, or at least I heard it wasn't that way in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s really. So everyone is so fit and so strong nowadays, and staying healthy is the number one most important thing in tennis. So a lot of guys have people that are strictly there just to keep themselves healthy, and I'm the same way.
John, who do either you admire most on tour now, or is there a role model you've had from earlier years that's been on tour that you would point to as a professional player?
I admire the guy. I mean, I think this guy's name gets thrown around a lot, but a guy like David Ferrer, he's one of the, he's been top 5, 6 in the world for a while now, and he's a smaller guy in stature, but he's an absolute workhorse. He's an absolute animal. He plays a lot. He doesn't seem like he ever gets tired, and he certainly never ever gives up. So he competes so unbelievably well, and he sort of maximizes what he has. So a guy like him, I admire a lot. As far as role models growing up, I think when I was first on tour, a lot of the American guys who were older than me sort of took me under their wing a little bit, and I'm talking about Andy Roddick and James Blake and Marty Fish. I'm very close with those guys still, but when I was first on tour, those guys helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
Why was it important for you to come back to the Lobsters, and what do you like about playing in WTC?
Well, I've always had the best time when I've played for Boston. I've played for no other teams, and I consider myself a Lobster for life, really. And I just enjoy it so much. The atmosphere is amazing. The weather's, for the most part, is amazing, and it is again tonight. And the fans are great. And on top of that, it's great preparation for everything. And I've always enjoyed myself when I've played for Boston, and I'm going to do the same tonight.